Guys, we have got the brand new Arrma Granite Grom 1/18 scale monster truck basher, and I don't normally do unboxings, but we're gonna do an unboxing in this one because this truck's special. It comes with everything you need and it's in this adorable little box. Let's see what's inside. All right, there it is, guys. There's the truck. We're gonna take this out and put it aside for a second. Everything else is underneath that. We've got the SLT2 transmitter here. This is a lot like the SLT3 transmitter, except for a little less fully featured. We do still have throttle limits here. Batteries load up into the handle of the transmitter like this. Otherwise, it feels very similar to the SLT3 transmitter. We've got the Granite Grom getting started guide and manual, technical information, a little card, batteries for the transmitter, what's about to be an adorable little charger, I'm sure, an extremely tiny charger. This thing will do 3 amps at 5 volts, which is 15 watts. That is absolutely adorable. Comes with a cable, shock preload clips, and then this is interesting. We've got a new tool here. This is a really nice, beefy, heavy-duty tool. Looks like we've got a 2mm bit on this end, and a wheel nut wrench on this end, and then it looks like we've got a 1.5mm hex key to go along with that. So that's really awesome to see from Arrma. This feels really nice, and for people that don't already have tools, this is a great inclusion. Let's take a look at that truck. Here it is, guys, the 1/18 scale Granite Grom. This thing looks absolutely adorable. It is very, very small though. Let's compare it to some other small scale cars. Here it is next to the HBX 16889 Pro. As you can see, the 16889 Pro is quite a bit longer and quite a bit wider. And here we have it next to the Team Associated 14MT Reflex. Again, quite a bit larger, quite a bit wider. This is a very, very small car. I'm honestly surprised they didn't go a little bit bigger to compete with other cars in this size category, but this should be a great little pocket park basher. As you can see, there are no body clips here, but we have our tabs right in here. Looks like we push those in with our fingers, and the body lifts right off. Now you can see those tabs, when you push those in, they're actually releasing 2 little pins here in the back, and then there's a hook here in the front. On the body, we've got a matching hook, 2 matching pins that go into these holes, and to put it back on, we just line up that front hook, get those rear pins lined up, and it's on. That's not too bad. Now taking a closer look at this, included with the car, we have a 1400 milliamp hour 2S LiPo battery. This is a hard case battery. Feels really nice and solid. I'm gonna go ahead and get this on the charger. Now let's take a look at this awesome little car. We've got a 2-in-1 Spectrum brush receiver, along with a little 380 size motor in here. This is a brush motor, of course. Now, if you wanna see this car go brushless, make sure you get subscribed because this thing is not gonna be staying brushed for too long. We have got plastic, non-threaded body shocks. They are oil filled, so it doesn't bounce around like a non-oil filled shock would. Solid plastic links in the front. Nice, strong looking front and rear bumpers. One thing I'm noticing here is that all of this hardware appears to be 2mm, which is really nice because on most of these small cars, the hardware is really, really tiny. Taking a look at the bottom of this, we have a single piece plastic chassis and it looks and feels very strong. Got, of course, composite arms front and rear. And we've got these cute little D-Boots Fortress tires. These are not foam filled. Would have liked to have seen them be foam filled on here, but that's not too big of a deal. Let's pop these off and take a closer look at the drivetrain. All right, we have got steel CVDs in the front, steel dog bones in the rear. It's gonna have ball bearings all throughout it. What I'm really curious to see is what these differentials look like. So let's go ahead and take this apart, see what it looks like in the center, and see what one of these diffs looks like. I'm loving this actual full-size 2mm machine screw hardware on here. Most of these little cars don't come with this nice hardware, and it's really good to see. This center brace comes off really easily. It's only 9 screws. Interestingly, the support sticker QR code actually goes through the brace, so you have to cut through that. Almost feels like a warranty thing. Don't really like seeing that. Under here, we have a steel spur gear with a steel pinion, a non-adjustable motor mount. They do have different motor mounts that are gonna be available for different gears, a steel hex center drive shaft. Don't see that bending anytime soon, which is good because we're gonna be putting this thing on 3S. And in the front here, we can just barely see that steel differential pinion gear peeking through. Again, all ball bearings in there. Let's get a front diff out. Front bumper comes off easily. I am loving what I'm seeing here. This front cover comes right off of here, and there's the differential. This is way different than most other small cars like this, where you've got to take all kinds of stuff off the top here to get to the differential. And there's our little tiny differential. So far, not bad. This is all the screws we've had to take out in order to get both the center cover off and this front differential out. And there's only 2 different kinds of screws over here, which is really nice for organization. Let's see what's inside this little guy. Okay, so here's what we have. We have got a grease-filled differential with plastic gears inside of it. There's a metal ring and pinion gear on here, but all the gears inside are plastic. Now, Arrma does have upgraded differentials along with a bunch of other upgrades, which I've already ordered for this, and they're gonna be fluid-filled, and I believe they're gonna have metal gears on the inside as well. All right, let's get the rest of this back together. All right, well, so far I'm really impressed with this thing. This is easily the most user-friendly little tiny car like this that's ever been made. There's not a ton of little fiddly screws. Everything is nice, easy, well laid out, fits together perfectly. So for maintenance and repair, this thing is going to be a pleasure. Now, the real question is it durable and is it fun? Let's go find out by doing a speed test and a little bit of bashing. All right, let's see how fast this cute little thing is. One more pass. Let's bring it in. All right, 19 miles an hour. That's not bad for such a little car. Now don't forget, we're gonna be putting this thing on brushless soon. So if you wanna see that, make sure you get subscribed. Let's go bash this. All right, guys, just from the few minutes I bashed it, this thing is an absolute blast. Arrma has really got the tuning right on it for a little car. Sometimes these little cars are a real handful off-road. They are barely controllable. This isn't that. It handles really well, even in grass and things that it really shouldn't handle well in. I think so far this is an awesome little truck. That being said, in the future, we're gonna be doing bigger air, more power, all the upgrades, and really put this thing to the test. So make sure you get subscribed to see that, and make sure you check out this video.